okay with the dark. Oh.
That was just lying around? Good find.
Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyanI, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 160 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting, so let's just jump straight into it. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the Diverse Skyrim mod. Now what this mod does is it adds over 100 new NPCs with unique appearances to the vanilla leveled list for added racial diversity while staying lore friendly. This means that stats, levels, items, ability, and spawning is entirely handled by vanilla mechanisms, which ensures great compatibility with mods that, for example, tweak combat stats or add and change clothing and weapons. Now the only other change with this mod is that Orc Legionnaires that you stumble across will now have heavy armor. Now what I mean by adding over 100 new NPCs with unique appearances to the vanilla leveled lists is that whenever you're about to stumble across a random encounter or you're going into a bandit camp, the game has to choose what type of enemies to place in that area. Whether it be new bandits from a leveled list or marauders from a leveled list, no matter what type of enemy you're facing or encounter you're coming up against, the game has to think, okay, what type of NPC am I going to use for this special encounter? So this mod just makes it so there's way more NPCs put into those leveled lists that have unique appearances, so that whenever the game has to go and pick from those leveled lists, it has more of an option, meaning that you stumble across more unique NPCs in these special encounters. I feel as though this is a great addition to Skyrim, and coming in at 74.81, adding over 100 new NPCs into the game, it's definitely going to expand the horizon on different NPCs that you stumble across in your travels and adventures. So that's definitely why the Diverse Skyrim mod comes in at our number 5 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Sea of Spirits Optimized Edition. Now what this mod does is it turns the Sea of Ghosts and the rest of the seas in Skyrim and Solstheim into a lively Sea of Spirits by adding many new sea creatures such as whales, narwhals, several different kinds of sharks, and many others to the sea. Essentially, this mod is a sea creatures only version of the Beasts of Tamriel mod. Now if you've played Skyrim for a long time like me, you'll definitely know that the sea in Skyrim is pretty much barren and empty. There's absolutely nothing but slaughterfish and a couple salmon that occupy the sea, but this mod changes it so it's not so barren anymore, adding new sea creatures into the mix. And some of these creatures are absolutely huge. Like when I saw the whale for the first time, it completely blew me away with just how large it is. Now the author of the mod also highly recommends the Realistic Water 2 mod to go along with this. Because of the beautiful blue waters featured in that mod, it just brings everything together and makes it a true Sea of Spirits. So if you're looking to upgrade your ocean and add some new sea creatures into your game, then the Sea of Spirits Optimized Edition is definitely the mod worth checking out. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the Depths of Skyrim Xbox Edition. Now this mod goes hand in hand with the Sea of Spirits mod, and it aims to overhaul the flora, fauna, and visuals of the underwater scene. The mod creator always found Skyrim's underwater environments to be rather monotone and empty, so here's their attempt of solving the issue. This mod adds new grass types, coral, and giant kelp all across the Sea of Ghosts. It adds over 1,000 plus fish all over the sea, not including slaughterfish, and adds several dozen unmarked treasures and points of interest for you to find. This mod also adds coral forests teeming with life, and a group of horkers swimming across the sea. There's also 100 plus instances of exposed rocks fixed, as well as seams in the ocean floor fixed. So the Sea of Spirits and Depths of Skyrim mods seem to go hand in hand whenever it comes to fully upgrading and remastering your oceans, with new plant life and new areas to explore, as well as new points of interest to find. I also feel if you add the boat mod into the mix that we covered a few weeks back, then you can totally become a pirate in Skyrim now. Now the thought of being able to build your own boat and then set it out to sea and discover all the new wildlife out there, and then dive deep into the depths of of the ocean and find an unmarked treasure or a point of interest just really sounds like the perfect pirate build that you can do for your character and a new way to play the game. I for one feel that the oceans of Skyrim have needed an overhaul like this for a very long time, and that's definitely why it comes in at our number 3 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Depths of Skyrim Xbox Edition. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have a huge mod called the Capital Whiterun Expansion. This has got to be one of the greatest Whiterun overhauls that I've seen in a very long time. Now the mod page reads that Whiterun's central location in Skyrim has made it a trading hub of the entire province. I think that this quote is actually true now, because the city has been expanded in 2 directions. The features that are inside of the walls is 14 new buildings, 3 of which are shops. There's a bakery and a shop selling construction goods, as well as an alchemist, witch, and magic goods shop. There's also a new player home called Blue Sky Hall, and it's got more room than Breeze Home, and it costs more as well. There's around 22 new NPCs added to the city, and these new NPCs have their AI packs set up, so they'll do stuff around town, like practice archery during the day, drink mead in the evening, and so on. Many of these new NPCs will have some dialogue and or greetings using the vanilla voice acting, and few of the NPCs will have some custom-made outfits. There's also a new fence who will buy stolen goods, and you don't have to be a guild member either to trade. You will have to find them yourself though. There's also various new decorations around town, and there's DLC integration as well, which is a fancy way to say that they added some stuff from the DLCs like an oven, butter churns, and yellow mountain flowers. The Skyforge is also equipped with a tanning rack, smelter, and sharpening wheel, as well as a workbench, making it so Yorlin Greymane actually has an impressive forge now. Now, not only are there features inside of the wall, but outside of the wall there's some as well, like some small decorations, a new tavern called the Roadhouse, and 4 new merchants that will sell their goods on the way to the main gate. These include an Imperial wine merchant, a Redguard trader and his daughter selling some clothes, gems, and rum from Hammerfell, and a High Elf merchant who probably would rather have stayed in the Somerset Isles. These merchants will go to sleep in the Roadhouse during the night. Now there's also some new quest features and effects on Whiterun that will be some small new scenes and decorations around town that appear depending on what quests you complete. This includes Dragon Rising, the Battle for Whiterun, whether you choose Imperial or Stormcloak, the Glory of the Dead, the Blessing of Nature, and more. There's also a new quest that's been added by this mod, and it's a short new quest revolving around a special horse that's been added. Look for the note in the new district behind the Bannered Mare, or on the Jarl's stables up outside Dragonreach. And as you can see as I'm walking around Whiterun and showing you all the new additions, there's so much new to explore here and many new buildings into the game, and I always originally felt that Whiterun was a little bit small in the vanilla game because they always talk about how much of a trading hub it is in the game like they said. This mod changes it so there's way more NPCs added into the game, as well as more things to do, shops to explore, and buildings to look at, that it just comes together as a true trading hub of Skyrim now. And that's definitely why this mod comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Capital Whiterun expansion mod. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have Niflholm. Now the mod page reads that this is a beautiful medium-sized interactive player home comfortably built in the ancient Dwemer Hall under a mountain. It comes with named and linked storage, crafting amenities, and even a variety of interactive features, such as a working organ. Almost every room has 1 or more light sources to control the lighting, there's many features that can be enabled, disabled, and changed, it's Hearthfire multiple adoption supported, with beds for 6 followers and 6 children, each room is fully optimized while highly detailed, and it's fully nav meshed for followers and visitors. There's also an alternate back entrance on the other side of the mountain, and you can now discover the wonders of Dwemer Tea. This house mod features Dovahkiin's chambers, the main hall, the kitchen, the mage hall, as well as a workroom and other outdoor features, such as a medium-sized table, 12 empty planters and 3 planting spots each for a total of 36 planting spaces. There's a storage cellar accessible from the outside, a goat pen and a hen house, as well as a bee apiary. So now I'd like to show you inside of this massive player home and give you guys a brief tour of it, so let's begin. Now, I was completely blown away whenever I saw this house for the first time. Not necessarily from the outside, but from the inside, there's just so much in here and no wasted space whatsoever. It's also a very small house mod, which is one of my favorite aspects of a house mod, which you guys definitely know if you've seen this series for a while. And even though everything is in such a small area, I still feel as though I have so much room to store all my items, just because of how many new unique storage containers there are, as well as how everything is labeled. I really love that. I also really like the display room because you can put pretty much any item that you find in the game that's unique in there, because it's all labeled and nicely put on a shelf. Now, like I said, when I saw this for the first time, I was completely blown away, and I truly mean that, and I do feel as though this is one of the best player homes that I've seen, especially on the market right now. You know, you have other player homes that are always close to Whiterun and Riverwood. You know, we always tend to cover house mods that are close to there, but this mod's a lot different and puts you way up in the mountains above Solitude, overlooking Castle Volokar, and there's just so much content here. You know, whatever room you go into, whether it be the chambers, the kitchen, or the mage hall, there's so many different things to do inside of those areas, and they're also very beautifully decorated, so you'll never get bored of this player home. All in all, I'd recommend this mod to anyone who likes small and medium-sized player homes, and that's definitely why it comes in at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Niflholm player home mod. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions to there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.